Hi Aries, it's Sloan Rhodes here. I am doing a special life purpose and career reading for each sign, starting with you guys for the month of January 2020. I thought it'd be a nice way to kick off the year. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be getting 3 cards from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, doing kind of a past, present, future. And then 1 card from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky. And I think I'll get 1 more card. It's the overarching theme I'll draw from the Money and the Law of Attraction deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks as the overarching theme. Let's just start with that one. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope everyone had a happy and festive holiday season. It's always fun to start a brand new calendar year. Okay, here we go. I can't tell stories of shortage and experience abundance. This is the overarching theme for the month of January 2020 for Aries. It's number 37. I always add those together, so that's number 10. So you are, during the month of January, you are finishing up a cycle here. And for you, and it's all this beautiful yellow as well. It doesn't really translate that well on the camera, but it's really a nice, beautiful yellow color. And so I kind of feel like for January, for you Aries individuals, it is about ending a cycle where you may have felt a little discouraged. Perhaps you were kind of in a bit of a rut, and you are approaching the end of that cycle, which is really, really nice. And when you close out the cycle, you will go into a more abundant place here, because we have sort of this cornucopia imagery here. And but part of it doesn't just happen automatically. We always have our free will, as you know, Aries. So the guidance for you here is to watch the stories that you tell. Very often we just repeat the same old stories without having any conscious any level of awareness that we are in that vein of continuing to repeat patterns of victimization, feelings of lack, scarcity, all of that. So just try to draw your attention to what you say to people, the story that you tell about your work life, your financial life. Oh, I hate money is just an example. A lot of times we just say these things, we don't really think about it. But do your best when you are talking with friends, family, coworkers, strangers on the bus, to recognize your own free will here, that you have an opportunity to tell a different story just by adding the word yet. I don't have any money yet. And you say, oh yeah, I'm telling a different story, just even with that simple addition of a word, That's just one way to play with it, of course. You'll find your own way. And we have under the deck, in my appreciation, I allow myself to receive wonderful things. Number 52, number 7. It may feel like you have been in this cycle for a long time, as I mentioned. With 37, number 10, we have this approaching the end of a cycle, and so it may feel with number 7 that it always feels kind of like a slow moving energy. So you may feel like I've been in this forever, but don't worry, you are ending a cycle as we are in January 2020. Okay, so past, present, future. Wow, I just got a headache. So yeah, so it may have felt like difficult for you. You may have some financial headaches, even work headaches. But don't worry, it's changing here. But again, you have to look at the way that you are telling the story of your own experience, own life. And it's easy for people to bond over lack, over our wounds. It's very common to want to join in, with empathy, like, yes, my life sucks too, or my boss is a jerk as well, or, this kind of thing, or I have financial hardships too. But then what happens is it just amplifies. So you don't have to bond with others only through your wounding. You can have compassion and acknowledge and be with someone who is suffering, either with work or money or whatever, without engaging with it and drawing even more energy to it, but just by being present with them and saying, yes, that doesn't feel good, you know, in your mind. You don't have to say those words, but sometimes just a comforting presence while someone tells their story to you if you want to listen to it. Sometimes it's just people who just want to draw you into that energy, and you can, you know, turn away. You can even move your body away from that, you know, and say, oh, excuse me, I need to make a phone call, or just, you know, quietly turn your head and begin to disengage if you're not interested in perpetuating that cycle. Okay. Past, present, future for the month of January 2020 for Aries. So we have crystals. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. We have this in the recent past. In the present, we have yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercise. Music. In the future, your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. And justice under the deck. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. Well, Aries, you know, being the first of the zodiac, you definitely want things to be done a certain way. And if you're not shy about, you know, diving in or voicing your opinion when you feel that there is something unjust going on. So that makes sense, you know, that you have that under the deck as an underlying energy here. These match each other really nicely color-wise. And it may be that you've been seeking a sense of fairness and balance within your own life. Remember, whenever we talk about work-life balance, very popular topic, it's not about finding the work-life balance in the future or throughout the, you know, throughout my life I have great work-life balance, or I don't have work-life balance. It's about it in the moment. You know, because it's just too overwhelming to try to think, oh, I gotta have more work-life balance, or whatever it may be, family and work and all of this. It's about in the moment. How can I feel a sense of justice or fairness in the moment with the situation? You know, if you are grinding away at work and you get a phone call, or you're denying yourself lunch or a walk or a trip to the restroom, then you can say, oh, I see, you know, in this moment I could create more balance by standing up, stretching, right? We have yoga here right in the center. It doesn't mean that you have to be a yoga teacher or that you are going to do yoga, but it's about recognizing and drawing consciousness towards your body and how it all lines up. And you can even, you know, if you can't get away from work, you can even look at ways in which you can do movements at your desk, you know, to embody a more balanced kind of experience here. We have in the recent past, we have crystals. It may be that you have recently bought crystals or had an interest in crystals. I also see it as being more of that crystalline energy of clarity and a sense of wanting some kind of divine intervention on the planet Earth, or just divine intervention within your life. These two cards, you know, really mimic each other with the light and the color, so they're very heavily related there. And in the future here, we have music as we go into the end of January. It doesn't mean, again, that you necessarily are going to become a musician, although for some of you that may be the case. Even if you haven't been involved in your music, this is a gentle nudge to go ahead and become more involved. But it's also about the way that you play and allow yourself to be in the world that isn't just about grinding or forcing your will upon others. You know, it's about that balance. You know, we have that Justice card again, and this again goes really nicely. Many of these cards too, drawing it back to this purple energy. And the Justice card, as I feel it all kind of going towards that, since that's the underlying energy. Even this in my appreciation, you know. So we have crystals, yoga, and music. So for some of you, we can take it literally and be like, yes, you know, here in the present, you are being encouraged to do that yoga class, either as a teacher, certification, or just attending classes. But even more than that, it's about becoming more aligned, right? Moving your body, embodying that experience, a just and fair experience at work or with your money. And then literally we have music in the future. So if you have been playing with the idea of getting back into music or taking up music lessons or getting the band together or pursuing music, this is again a gentle nudge for that. All right, and I'm trying to keep all these readings relatively short. So I'm going to go ahead and get one card looking at your money, any guidance around your money for the month of January 2020 for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm giving you a spiritual perspective on the energy of your money. What is the message for Aries? Money and finances for January 2020. I recently, a dear friend of mine who's in Aries recently passed to the spirit side, so I really feel her with this reading today. Okay, we have 9 of Pentacles. Well, this is a beautiful card. It may be that you are doing some solitary work this month. Whether even if you work in an office, it may be that you have some independent projects here, but it's a project that you're very well qualified for and that will sustain you. You know, you're maintaining an abundant kind of arena here around your money. You're being encouraged not to overspend, or even the flip side of that is to be overly scarce with how you care for yourself. Right? The Nine of Pentacles is all about the enjoying what you have created and grown around you, you know, around your finances. So if you want to take that yoga class, if you want to go and listen to music, go to see your favorite musician or artist, you know, sing or whatever, you're being encouraged to, yes, you know, do that for yourself. But around your money, you're looking very stable for this month, and you're not meant to shortchange yourself. Enjoy what you've been working hard on. Okay, so I'm just going to end it there because I'm trying to keep all of these readings relatively short so I can get through all 12 of them. So anyway, I hope that you find that helpful, Aries. This is just a fun kind of gift to everyone, because I haven't done these readings in a long time, but I thought it'd be a nice way to kick off 2020. And if you're interested in listening to my YouTube videos, I have all of them available on the audio podcast, so you can listen to them while you're driving around or running your errands. You don't just have to watch them here on YouTube. And if you would like a private reading or a reading with me, you can go to my website, sloanrhodes.com. And I wish you much love.